Welcome to Hollywood Impact. My name is Eric. With me today is Christian.
We're back. Back again.
You ready to go down the road?
Not that road. Today we're talking about Agatha All Along, which was renamed like 6 times before it actually came out.
Wasn't it going to be like,
it was like
Agatha All Along?
It was.
Wait, that's what it is called.
That's what it is. It was Agatha, like the Coven of Chaos.
Yeah.
And then it was like Agatha Harkness, and then something else, I think, in between, and then it got into this. So give some general information about the show for those who don't know.
Yeah, 3 years after being trapped under a magical spell in the town of Westview, the witch Agatha Harkness escapes with the help of a teen who wishes to face the trials of the legendary Witch's Road. Without her magical powers, Agatha and the team form a new coven of witches to face the trials while contending with some of Agatha's old enemies, such as the Salem Seven. Series stars Kathryn Hahn, Aubrey Plaza, Joe Locke. It was created by Jack Schaefer, who she actually was the showrunner for WandaVision.
Oh.
Yeah.
That actually makes sense now.
Yeah, I didn't know that. But currently looks like it's sitting at 83% Rotten Tomatoes and a 7 out of 10 on IGN. What do you think?
I thought it was okay. It's not the worst Marvel show I've seen, I don't think. I went through a period when I was trying to watch this. I didn't watch them as soon as the episodes came out. I watched like the first few when it came out. Then my interest dropped a little bit, and I eventually watched like all the last 5 just back to back. And I mean, it was okay, but like now that I know that it was created by like the same person who did WandaVision, it makes a lot of sense because they have a very similar tone, very similar style, and I do like the connections that it makes. I just don't know, like I guess just given the circumstance of the MCU right now, it's a very strange show because all of their TV shows and all their products they're doing are so wildly different. And I know that they were kind of like harping on about the MCU formula, but also if you have everything being so wildly different, sometimes that's a little jarring too.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It's okay.
Well, listen, I liked it. I think it's a good show, but at the same time, I didn't give a shit.
He's like, I didn't care.
I'm watching it, and I don't mean any disrespect to the stars. It's got a great cast. Kathryn Hahn is amazing. She's great. I thought Aubrey Plaza was good, and I thought the kid, Joe Locke, I thought he was good. But when I'm watching it, I'm like, who gives a shit? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, I get it.
Because it's like, I want these shows to lead to something. You know, and if they were going to have some kind of, I don't know, some kind of Dark Avengers where some of them they form later to fight Mephisto, and you can tie it to Doctor Strange, or maybe even bring in Blade or Werewolf by Night or some of the others.
Ghost Rider?
Or Ghost Rider,
Please?
which there was that connection in that show. Yeah. But, you know, but it seems like we're not leading to anything.
Yeah.
It's like we got to the finale, and I'm like, okay, well, I know what if they have a season 2 in 3 more years, which I'll forget everything from here, and like, oh, okay, we'll go find the other brother. Yeah. And like, I just, whatever, dude. But at the same time, by itself, to be fair, I thought it was a good show. Yeah. But who cares?
So I will talk about spoilers in this because if you haven't seen this,
yeah, it's been a week.
Go watch it. It's been a while. You know, all these episodes. The first episode came out weeks ago, so get caught up and then come back. But like having the show being called Agatha Harkness, I get why it is, but like the heart of the show is Joe Locke's character.
Yeah.
As I forget what his actual like person's name was.
Wiccan?
No, the like body he inhabited.
Oh, Billy?
No, still like the person he inhabited whenever I forgot.
I don't even remember.
I don't even remember what his name is. But yeah, Wanda's kid, which like the whole thing is kind of like, oh, like is he or is he not Wanda's son? That's kind of like the pull for the first half of the show, and then once you kind of find out that he is.
It's pretty obvious. That's what
it's pretty obvious. Be. So, but like, I didn't. Yeah, I felt like I wasn't caring as much as I should.
Yeah.
And he's a cool character. I know he's in the comics. I know this is very similar, but honestly, like, and this is just me. If WandaVision would have just left it off with she made a fake husband and fake kids out of her grief, and that caused her to do all these terrible things, I'm good with that. I don't really need all of the characters she fakely created to then all of a sudden be inserted as real characters. She created like life itself, which is kind of wild. And I know that in the comics she can do outrageously powerful stuff. But I think in this case, with the MCU we have, I think the MCU we currently have is a little bit more grounded than what the comics are.
Yeah.
And I think we're starting to get into that weird territory where now it's just like things just don't make sense because superheroes, because this that
I don't know that there was there people clamoring for this show. I mean, I wasn't. I mean, again, I thought Catherine Hahn was great in WandaVision.
Yeah.
But it wasn't like, man, I hope they do an Agatha show. You know, I just feel that Disney is wasting its resources with a show like this.
Yeah.
You know, I just watched the new trailer for Brave New World and Thunderbolts. And those trailers look
good.
Awesome.
They look really good.
So why not have Falcon and Winter Soldier season 2 go on right now? That's going to kind of lead up to those movies.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? To me, that would make more sense.
I agree.
But it's like, I know apparently there's been a lot of viewership for Agatha. I don't know any of them personally, except you. I know you watched it, but any of the other people I've talked to about it, I'm like, hey, you watching Agatha? Nah. You know, it's like the presidential election. It's like it was supposed to be so close in the polls, and like, no, it's not. No, it wouldn't. You know what I mean? So I don't know if they're lying about their viewership or what. But
I don't know when you have the lineup. When you had the lineup that they did, so like I was like, oh, there's a new Daredevil show coming out. There's possibly a new Blade movie. They have all this cool stuff lined up. They're like, but we're going to give you Agatha. Yeah. And I'm sitting here thinking, why?
Yeah, like what is the overall goal? Are we going for Young Avengers?
Yeah,
I hope
guess.
not. I mean,
I think that is where it's going, because with Hawkeye we got the new
but that's so long ago. Like Kate Bishop is like 38 now. You know what I mean? It's like it was so long ago that they did that. They got to just speed up this process. And I guess that's one of my frustrations with some of these streaming shows. Like I you know, 90s kid, whatever. Like, well, I'm just use Lost as an example. So, you know, the series of Lost, you know, new episodes would come out August, September, and then the season would end in May. And then I knew back in August, September, I'd get season 2. Now we don't even know if we're getting season 2, or if we get another season, we're 3 or 4 years down the road. I've already forgotten and just lost interest.
Yeah.
So it's like, I feel like they just got to get things going with this. And otherwise, we're just going to keep losing viewers, in my opinion. I don't know. Like, what do I know?
No.
I don't know. It's like Ruth and Ozark. I don't know shit about F. You know what I mean? But I know what I like to watch. Yeah. And I just want continuation with storylines like that lead into like the whole big picture. And I don't feel like we're getting anything with this.
I think that you need to be real careful about introducing so many new characters, because even at the end of the Agatha show, I don't really care about Agatha. I mean, spoiler alert again, like he was getting ready to like banish her from existence, and he didn't, and I'm like, I don't care whether she is or not. Like, why would I care? Like, yeah, she has sympathy, and yeah, she kind of grew an attachment to him, but like, I never got attached to the character.
She was awful.
So, I mean, like, yeah, like she's kind of a terrible person.
Like the last episode when, you know, we go back to what she was doing, and, you know, how the road song and all that, what she was doing, and it's like, yeah, I get it, you love your kid, but...
It's like, oh, I'm a mass murderer. But I love my kid, and it's like, well, that doesn't make you a good person.
A lot of witches,
sorry,
bro.
Yeah, it's like, I don't know. It's just very strange, and it's got some interesting cinematography, like that in WandaVision have some of the best visuals, effects of all the Marvel shows, except for maybe Loki season 1, and it was pretty impressive. The soundtrack was actually pretty cool. There was a lot of the Witch's Road song, like I almost feel guilty, like humming along to it, just because, like, you know, but it is catchy. It's super catchy, and they do some interesting things with it. I just don't think that any of the coven they had gathered, I wouldn't attach to any of them, basically. Yeah. Aubrey Plaza kind of plays another caricature of just her personality.
With April Ludgate.
Yeah, and so it's a little strange. I mean, she's basically like Ron Swanson's assistant, but now she has like death superpowers. That's basically the person she is, and I'm like, that's weird.
So maybe Nick Offerman should be cast as Mephisto.
Do it. That'd be
Might
great.
as well.
I mean, at this point, but no, it's an okay show. It's not bad. It's worth the watch because there are some interesting things they do in here, especially when it comes to the kids and kind of. The initial pull-in's actually pretty cool. Like, the initial episode is actually really good.
Yeah, real similar to the first WandaVision.
Yeah, it's like you're kind of like in Westview, like the real place, and they all kind of just pretend that Agatha like belongs there and does all these things.
Yeah,
and there's some interesting elements to it, but it kind of gets lost under. They try to tie together so many plot points. They try to set up all these things that we don't necessarily care about. And so the whole point of the show is for Billy. And not that that's necessarily a bad thing. Not that they necessarily could have just made a Maximoff show.
Yeah.
Because that would kind of spoil the mystery behind it. But I don't know. I don't really see a whole lot of point as to why this was made.
Yeah, it's strange because, like, I feel like I'm trashing this show.
No,
and I'm not meaning to do that.
No,
it's good. The cast was great. But again, I wasn't like, oh man, I can't wait for the next episode to come out. You know, I wasn't like...
No, not at all.
You know, like, oh, it's out now, I'm going to watch it immediately.
Yeah, it's like, oh, all the episodes are out. I should probably finish it.
Just because every episode, I'm like, again, why?
Yeah.
But at the same time, to be fair, it's a good show. It is a good show.
But right now, they're at this problem, which is they're introducing all these new characters in shows, but they need to have us care about these big characters who are showing up in the movies, in theaters, like the Falcon, who's now Captain America. Give us more stuff with him, because now that he's the new Captain America, we need more stuff where we can get more attached to him. And so, and their show was, I think, mixed on reception. I think some people liked it. I liked it. I thought it was a good show.
Yeah.
And so I want to see more of that stuff. I want to see more things like Shang-Chi. I want to see more things with the Eternals. I know a lot of people don't like them, but that world establishes so much like celestial lore that I'm like, that's kind of a huge deal. Like, shouldn't you explore that a bit more? And Loki season 2, there's a lot of elements that need to be explored, and they're choosing for we need a Hawkeye show, and we need an Agatha Harkness show, and we need an Ironheart show, and I'm like, no.
I'd rather see another Echo, just because of the connection it has to the ground level.
Yeah.
Superheroes like Daredevil. Daredevil. And Kingpin. Oh, wow.
It's contagious. I'm telling you, my speech impediment. It's contagious.
Anyway,
it's been happening to everyone that I know now for some reason.
Has it really?
It actually has. Like, all my coworkers go, "Oh my gosh, you're giving it to me." And I'm like, "You're welcome to take it. Take it off my hands."
It's like a new variant of COVID. It just makes you talk weird.
The COVID Alpha Omega. That's funny.
I don't know. Disney Plus, Marvel, like, just bring stuff together. I mean, I could spend 45 minutes complaining about it, and it's not going to do any good. But I don't know. Yeah,
I find myself lacking to care for most of the main characters in this show. And I guess let's go find Tommy, because their souls are just kind of wandering around the universe waiting for someone to inhabit, and they did all that, which is interesting, but I don't know. You should go see it and formulate your own opinion about it, but it's not bad. it's another stamp on the card of, well, this is just another Marvel product this has come out, and it was made because XYZ, I guess.
Like, remember Moon Knight?
I do. I actually kind of like that show.
But there's been nothing.
There's been nothing mentioned about Moon Knight ever since.
In anything.
And, like, I think that he deserved a season 2 because I think he's a really cool character.
Yeah.
But, anyways, are you ready to give it a score?
Sure.
I am.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to start. Usually I don't start with the scores.
Go
It's
ahead.
okay. I'm going to give this a... should I give it credit? I'm going to give it 7. I'm going to give it 7.
That's what I was going to give it.
I almost gave it a 6.5, but for all that I have like talked negatively about it, if I look at the show in its base entirety, it has a lot of well-crafted things in there. The acting's great, performances are great, the sound is great, the plot and the characters are just lackluster. And so if those were elevated more, then maybe this show would have been a lot better. But I found myself not being able to care as much for all the characters. And I think that Aubrey Plaza is kind of more of just like a caricature of herself. And I have a problem with people playing the same similar roles all the time.
Yeah.
That gets tiring. So...
No, I was going to give it a 7 too. Again, I think it's a good show. I think you could probably have done more to find the other brother in this season.
Yes.
And kind of skip some of the fluff in some of the earlier episodes, or just kind of condense it down a little bit. Because again, we'll probably be 3 more years. We may get a season 2, and that's going to be about finding the other brother. And who cares?
Yeah.
But as far as this season goes, I mean, again, I've given it a solid 7.
Yeah, it's not bad. So go and watch it. But anyways, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And if you would like to see more, please tell us. And please tell us if there's anything that you would like us to watch or like us to see, just in case. But anyways, we'll go ahead and we'll let you go.
Thanks, guys.
See you later.
Bye.